Okay, 2001 Toyota Tacoma fuel injectors. Step 1, remove the air intake. Here I'm using a 10mm ratchet to remove these hose clamps. You're going to want to remove the MAF sensor. Another hose clamp. And now this piece should just pull right off. Now there's two 12mm bolts under this next section. They should be relatively easy to access once that first piece is removed. And there they are. Now the only thing holding that on is this hose clamp right here. Once that's loosened, move this out of your way, and that piece should, oh, don't forget this hose as well. Be careful getting that one off, it can be a little bit brittle. Then you just pull this next section off. Very easy. Put that somewhere. And then you're probably going to want to take this section off as well. And that's step 1 complete. Step 2, you're going to want to undo the two 12mm bolts holding down the fuel rail. The one in the back is a little bit harder to get to, so you're definitely going to want an extension for this part. Once you have both those bolts removed, you're going to want to gently pull the fuel rail up. There may be some gas, some fuel in there, could be pressurized, so you're going to want to wear safety glasses for this, maybe have a rag handy. Some of your injectors might still be lodged in the fuel rail after this. If that's the case, you're going to want to pry those out gently and carefully with either a flathead screwdriver or some sort of pry bar. Once your injectors are free from the fuel rail and you've disconnected your wiring clips from all the injectors, if you intend to replace the injectors with brand new injectors, this would be when you would do that. In this instance, I am only replacing the O-rings, so you won't see me putting new injectors in there. And this is where I'm removing the O-rings from the injectors. Now if you're putting brand new injectors in here, you might not have to do this step. There's two O-rings or gaskets on each injector, one at the top and one at the bottom near the engine. Alright, if you have new injectors and they have both gaskets brand new, you're going to want to remove the old gaskets with some sort of pick like you see me using here. Now this is the most crucial step before you put your fuel rail back on, you've got to use some sort of lubricant. I'm using Vaseline here. If you don't do this, your O-rings will tear and you will have a gas leak. You will be leaking gasoline, which is bad. So don't forget to do this. I made this mistake and had to redo everything. So here you see me lubing up those O-rings nice and good. May be difficult to access some of these injectors without disassembling more things, so just be patient and careful not to break any plastic clips or any of the hoses, and be careful around the wires. And then just carefully reinstall your fuel rail. Be very careful during this step, as you don't want to tear those O-rings. And here I'm tightening down the fuel rail by hand first. Make sure you thread those nuts by hand. The nut in the rear or bolt is a little bit harder to access, so it may be difficult to tighten that one by hand first. Just make sure you don't cross thread these bolts. That would be very bad. So if you need an adult to help you with this step, I would highly recommend that. And once your fuel rail is carefully aligned and tightened down, you're pretty much done. The only thing you have left to do is reinstall the air intake, and you'll see me doing that here. Again, this step is very simple. It's just a couple of 10mm bolts for each of the hose clamps, and then don't forget to plug your MAF sensor back in, and don't forget to plug that little evap hose back in. Now, this is the simplest way that I've found to do this job. I don't think it's necessary to remove the throttle body, unless maybe you have really giant hands or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and good luck. Have a great day.